has an incredible return to zero. This thing doesn't have much of a recoil impulse at all. In fact, in this footage, it kind of looks like I'm shooting a ported or comped gun. Oh man, this is an effortless gun to shoot well. Hey everyone, I'm Brett, and welcome to Nightwood Guns. In today's video, we are looking at the Springfield Armory Prodigy by popular demand. And a big thank you to Bear Arms Firearms in Scottsdale for helping me get this Prodigy for the channel. I have been going into that shop since I was a small child, so I grew up with the shop and I'm grateful for their help. They're the best shop in all of Arizona and I stand by that. So if you ever find yourself in AZ or if you're in the Scottsdale area, be sure to stop by Bear Arms. So I run an honest channel here on YouTube and I'm one of the guys where if something's gonna go wrong with a gun, it's gonna happen on my channel because that's just my luck. So with the spotty reception of the Prodigy, I didn't really have high hopes, especially since I'm a double stack 1911 and 2011 guy. The two guns that I run and carry the most are my Bul Armory SAS2 TAC and my Staccato XC. So I definitely heard a lot of rumors online about reliability with the Prodigy, fit and finish, metal injection, molded parts, you name it. So in this video, we're gonna get to the bottom of things and see what the truth is. As per the usual, I'm gonna go over all the things that I like about this gun, and then later on in the video, you'll definitely want to stick around for the negatives because I have some thoughts. Definitely something you're going to want to watch before you consider purchasing one of these. And as my subscribers know, I like to nerd out over the details when it comes to pistols, so I'm definitely looking forward to diving in. This was a 1,000 round review shooting various types of ammunition, but most of that 1,000 rounds was provided by Buffalo Creek Ammunition. After I had Blazer Brass squib on me, more like Blazer ass, am I right? Buffalo Creek came to my rescue, sent me some ammunition, and I have to say I'm truly impressed by the quality of Buffalo Creek. It has now become my preferred and go-to training ammunition for 9mm. If you're looking at picking some up, definitely check the description down below. Might find something that'll help you out a little bit. Now I have to put a disclaimer in this video for my YouTube manual reviewer from the Ministry of Truth. This video features this magazine. You demonetized my Staccato XC video over this magazine. As you can see, this mag does not hold 30 rounds. This is not a 30 round magazine. This is less than 30 rounds. This is okay. This is allowed to be shown by your own rules. Leave me alone. Now hopping into the Prodigy, let's get into the things that I like about this pistol. Right off the bat, it comes with decent iron sights. So if you don't want to run an optic or if you like having a good set of lower co-witnessing sights, this comes with them. We got that blacked out rear with a fiber optic front. Next up, one of the things that impressed me most with the Prodigy is its ergonomics. This is a very comfortable pistol to hold and run. The Bul Armory that I carry has very aggressive grip texture and isn't going to be for everyone. This is definitely a gun for people who've got rough working hands. And if you don't, after shooting it, you will. Now, while I enjoy that, there are people out there who truly enjoy having a comfortable pistol to hold and run. That's one of the compliments that I give Staccato, is they take the time to round off and melt any hot spots and edges to make sure it feels like a premium handgun. And I have to say, at its significantly lower price point, I'm impressed that the Prodigy offers the same experience. Talking about ergonomics, the grip texture is something that really surprised me. When I first held this, I didn't think it was aggressive enough. Again, I love aggressive grip texture, and I thought that this was too smooth and just wouldn't hold on under recoil. But I have to say, I was completely proven wrong. This is very comfortable to hold, and it sticks to your hand under recoil. I'm impressed. My preference is still towards the aggressive grip texture, but this held on. I can't complain about it. They also have a deep and smooth undercut on the Prodigy, which I absolutely love. It keeps you from getting that Glock knuckle on your middle finger. So if you're going to be running high round counts, that is going to be a lifesaver. Another great attention to detail at this price point, what's normally a premium feature, is its cut and crowned barrel. Love to see this in a bull barrel. Now with the Prodigy, you are getting all of the pros that come along with a 1911 or 2011 style pistol. You're getting the incredible trigger that pulls directly to the rear. It's not hinged. It's really easy to be accurate with this pistol. On top of that, it has very short travel and a very short reset, so you can run this gun incredibly fast. And while the trigger is a little heavier than I would like, it's kind of similar to the Staccato P, it definitely did not slow me down when it was time to run fast. Speaking of running it fast, the 4¼ inch bull barrel on this Prodigy, along with the recoil spring, the way they tuned it, has an incredible return to zero. This thing doesn't have much of a recoil impulse at all. In fact, in this footage, it kind of looks like I'm shooting a ported or comped gun. Oh man, this is an effortless gun to shoot well. This is your friendly reminder that if you're enjoying the video and you'd like to support the channel for free, just let the rest of the video play all the way through to the end. That lets YouTube know that you're really enjoying it. Give it a like, thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the Prodigy. And you'll also want to make sure you're subscribed to the channel because I also have a review of the M&P Shield Plus coming up. And the Prodigy review actually went better, so you're not going to want to miss that. If you want to more directly support the channel, you can check the links in the description down below. Lots of fun ways to support me down there, from Patreon to my books on Amazon if you're looking for something fun to read. Thanks for your time. I appreciate your support. Let's get back to the good stuff. Something else that I was happy to see on this is the grip safety is tuned very well. It does not take much to activate it. So that way, if you are injured or if you're shooting from an unconventional position, you don't have to have the grip safety slammed all the way in to touch rounds off. It activates pretty soon, pushing it in there, which is yet another example of there's just a lot to love about the Prodigy. But most importantly, through 1,000 rounds, this was 100% reliable. I tested the OEM Prodigy magazines, I tested Atlas Gunworks mags, and I tested Staccato OEM mags, and it ran 100% every ammo that I tested, including jacketed hollow points, in every mag. As if that's not enough to make the Prodigy a good pistol, Springfield also offers a lifetime warranty to the original owner. Considering all of that, after clicking around the internet, the Prodigy can be had street price at about $1,300 clams. That's about 400 less than a Bul Armory and 1,200 less than a Staccato. So man, it's cheaper than those other ones and just as good. Not quite. I definitely have some issues with the Prodigy, so let's go ahead and hop into the negatives. First of all, and I'm sure if you've done your research, you know this, the Prodigy is filled with metal injection molded parts. That's how they have it at this price range, made in America. Now, I don't want to spend too much time describing what MIM parts are in this video. Just know it is a faster and cheaper way to make small parts for firearms. And as long as quality control is perfect, there aren't any issues. However, if there is a quality control issue, the part will break, and you could argue that MIM parts may not have as good of a lifespan as completely forged parts. So while this thing is filled to the brim with MIM parts, the Bul Armory only has a couple of MIM parts that don't have a lot of stress put on them, and the Staccato is completely forged. That's just something to consider if you're considering buying this for any kind of prolonged or serious use. Just might want to think about your investment. Another issue I had with my Prodigy is that these sights shot really high right out of the box. I mean, I had to aim significantly low in order to get my hits where I wanted them. And before anybody gets after me that it was me shooting high and not the gun, remember that I shoot double stack 1911s all the time. It is the platform that I run the most. Also concerning the sights, at 250 rounds, I shot the optic plate and the rear sight loose. The rear sight drifted all the way to the left and the optic plate was wobbling. So I had to lock all of that down with blue Loctite, and then at 500 rounds, I blew the fiber optic out of the front sight. And I don't think I've ever blown a fiber optic out of a front sight in only 500 rounds. It's usually way more than that, which means it was poorly fit. A couple of nitpicky issues I had. Number one, it doesn't have any kind of flared mag well here. So under a fast reload or mag change, it's kind of easy to jam the magazine in there twisted, and then it just gets kind of stuck and you have to kind of twist it and slam it in there. Next up, it has a loaded chamber indicator, that little hole right there in the barrel, and that's going to dirty up your optic pretty quickly because when you fire, just whoop, it comes out of there like a vent and it's just going to smear the front of your optic glass with like carbon. So just be aware of that. And finally, I had an issue with the slide serrations. I don't think they're grippy enough. I actually lost the slide racking it a few times and got my hand caught in the chamber, and I haven't done that in a while. So these slide serrations, I definitely wish they were a little sharper or grippier. Next up is going to be the fit and finish. First of all, the Staccato comes with a DLC finish. The Bul Armory comes with a PVD finish. Both of those finishes are very good. The Prodigy comes with a Cerakote finish. That means it's not going to hold up as well to wear. Even something like a Kydex holster will wear the finish on this thing fairly quickly on the hot spots. It's a cheap and easy finish to do, which is how they keep the price down. But speaking of finish and fit, most importantly, the fit of this pistol is disappointing in a few areas. Number one is going to be the slide to frame fit. This thing is really sloppy and wobbly, kind of like World War II 1911 shake and rattle wobbly. While an argument could be made that these loose tolerances may make it more reliable, which may be true, when you look at competitors like Bul Armory and Staccato that just have nearly airtight fits to them and still function, it's hard not to compare them. On top of that, the optic cover has a gnarly gap in it, which I would be afraid of sweat getting in there, of it corroding and you not noticing it. And the safety is fit very poorly. When the safety is off, you can push it down, kind of click, 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 both on the ambi and the strong side. And the final and most annoying thing for me is the fitment of the mainspring housing right here, also known as the back strap. When I grip this gun hard, it kind of clicks and moves into place. It is not a tight fit on this thing, and it's distracting when I grip it really hard and I just feel the mainspring housing shift and click. Kind of an unsettling feeling. And you might be thinking that these fitment issues are okay because it's a budget pistol, but $1,300 is still pretty pricey. What I'm getting at there is it's kind of hard to recommend this pistol when you have SDS Imports importing the Turkish double stack 1911s under the Tisas brand and MAC that are significantly cheaper than this with all forged parts. So unless you're willing to pay more for your budget double stack 1911 pistol to have one that is made in the USA, it just doesn't make a lot of sense in your wallet. With the fitment issues and the metal injection molded parts, including some stress parts that are MIM, I definitely have long-term and hard use concerns about the Prodigy, so I would consider this to be a quality range toy. If you wanted to use the Prodigy for any kind of serious use, I would consider replacing a lot of parts in this with parts that are better fit and forged, and by the time you've done all of that, you could have just gotten a superior Bul Armory pistol. Now again, the only reason to really do that to the Prodigy instead of getting a Bul Armory is if you just are die hard on getting a pistol that was made in the USA. So I think another good use for the Prodigy is if, Bul Armories weren't in stock or you wanted to get a USA made double stack 1911 pistol, you could get this and kind of add parts as you go, customize it along the way as you can afford it. And by the time it's all said and done, you will have a completely forged double stack 1911 on the great exoskeleton of the Prodigy and a pistol to be proud of. Now, as we head into the conclusion, I just want you to consider that this video and my experience is just one single data point with the Prodigy. I definitely recommend that you do your research on the internet and see what other people's experiences have been before you make your purchasing decision, because even though this is more of a budget option, it's still a lot of money for a lot of people. So my final thoughts on the Prodigy are that it's a good gun. You could certainly do a lot worse. This ran 100% flawlessly for me with multiple magazines, multiple types of ammunition, over 1,000 rounds, and I didn't even clean it. I just, got it, took it out of the box, oiled it, and ran it. And 1911 style guns can be pretty finicky, so that's a pretty big deal in my book. In other words, the Springfield Prodigy gets one thumb up and a hesitantly recommend from Nightwood Guns. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, everyone. It was great seeing you again, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Brett, and this was Nightwood Guns. Nightwood out.